Welcome to Reality After Show coverage of the Traitors US Season 3, Episode 5. That's right, number 5. This is a good one. I'm Jonny Fairplay, joined by Reilly. That's right, winner, big brother, and one of your favorite faithfuls from Season 1 of the Traitors. So she knows what she's talking about.
Yes, I would never throw my friends under the bus.
Yeah, well, you make a much better faithful than a traitor, but we'll get there.
Honestly,
all right, episode 5, all this murderous power, and we begin in the turret, and Boston Rob's like, hey, guys, look, I understand you guys are a little tense. I understand you guys didn't really like what went down last time. I kind of betrayed one of us, but just know this. I will never come for any of you guys. ... unless you come for me.
Yeah. Or until tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was so impressed for like 2.5 seconds with the look. I know that sucked, and maybe I fucked up, maybe I didn't. Who's to say? But just know this one thing, each of you. I will never come for you. Stop there.
Yeah, I mean,
like, why would you open the door with unless you come for me?
Because it's Boston Rob.
I think Rob is like there's no reason. I feel he's better than opening that door.
But he's not. I think he's like what we're seeing on this show. And I don't know if it's because of what happened on Deal or No Deal Island and on Winners at War. But what it looks like, what we're seeing on this show is the Boston Rob is very sloppy. He's out Boston robbing himself. That's like kind of what I feel like. Like, yeah. He almost knows better. And then he does everything that he would tell someone not to do if he was coaching them.
Well, the Boston Rob we saw on Winners at War, that was the worst Boston Rob, because we saw Boston Rob implying or initiating the BR rules. It's like, hey, like you can't go. And they're just like, no, we're adults. And that doesn't work for us. And he's like, well, no. Did you watch the one season out of 12 that I won? Because they did that when I told them to. And they're just like, yeah, we're not.
I feel like that. I think he's in that mentality now, like where he thinks people should listen to him. Like he definitely doesn't respect Caroline. Like,
no, and I don't think Danielle does either. And that it bothers me.
Watched her season though. I just think Danielle thinks because she's like a better Big Brother player, but I don't know that Danielle even watched that season of Survivor.
Even if Danielle did watch it, there's two lenses to watch that season by. You can watch it as a viewer, not podcasting, not strategic, just watching as a fun viewer. And I feel that there's a perception of Carolyn in that she's crazy. She has no idea what's going on. And that's Carolyn. But if you take a step back and analyze it as we do, each and every week, and you go, she played a masterful game. But it's not on the surface.
Yeah. I think like with her, she's not like, she doesn't come across as like as confident as she should. And in the turret even. And so I think that is what, I think that's what is the problem. Because if she came across more confident and like more of a boss bitch, like I think people would more likely be like, oh, well, maybe I should be listening to her. But she comes across a little bit passive. No, and there's something even in her interviews when she talks, she's like, nobody ever listens to me. Like she puts herself down a lot, which is boiling over into her actual gameplay. So like when we go into the games, we have a conscious thought of ourselves, right? Going into these games, like you either go in. I'm the greatest strategist
in the history of reality television, according to every confessional that I do.
Right, literally. But even if you don't believe that, that's what you're playing. Yes.
Bravado is literally false confidence.
Yes, but that's the difference between a seasoned entertainer on reality TV and a person that is playing reality TV games.
Yeah.
Like you're a seasoned entertainer that goes on a reality TV game. You're there to entertain. You're there to go in as the best strategist that has ever played the game and will ever play the game. Like that's why you were so good on House of Villains. Yeah. Like Carolyn goes in and she thinks in her head, she's too much in her head about being who she is.
Just being there. I think Carolyn, when she got the call, I think she internally said, I can't believe they called me. Oh my God, this is crazy. And I have no idea, but I'm willing to wager she went into the castle and goes, guys, I can't believe I'm here. I don't look at you guys and look at me. I bet she literally said that to everyone in the castle. And I'm just like,
you think so?
I'm like, you're telling that to Dylan. Like, you deserve to be there more than Dylan.
Yeah. I mean, well, do you think that she said that though?
So I think she likes it. I think this self-deprecation thing is not an act, and I feel there's a wholesomeness to it, and there's a lovability. Like, I like that she's not an asshole.
Yeah, of course. I mean, there's like that whole like, oh, she's so sweet, she doesn't know how great she is. But I think there's also a point where in a game like this, especially if you're like a traitor, you need to have. Yeah, you got to just be over it. Like, you have to put on the poverty mask. You have to put on the Danielle Reyes like attitude and just go in there like the Boston Rob of it all, right? Like, that's what you have to do as a traitor.
I feel when she was wearing that black leather dress with the spikes, I feel as though she had more confidence then. And I feel like she needs that out. Like, I think just, the fun little blue dress is just fun little Carolyn and the confidence. I think there was something to that black leather study. Like, she's like, hey.
Yeah. Well, it was like her first day too. Like, they hadn't pushed her down as much.
Yeah. But I still think you walk in with a naivety or whatever. And like, do I really belong here? It's like, if you didn't belong there, they wouldn't have called you.
Right. But it's her, in her fairness, it's her second show. But I do know where, I mean, like, I talked to Brittany and Brittany like felt very much like, oh my God, am I out of my league going on this show? Like,
yeah, but she did reindeer games. So
well, yeah. But like, I mean, if you think about it, you're going on, first of all, you're playing with totally different network stars. So it's like everyone, like, you don't know these people. These aren't in your like CBS family. But then also like you think you're going on with these people that are good at like gaming, right? Like strategy. So like in her head, she's like, maybe I'm not a gamer. And I wonder if Caroline thinks that too. I don't know. I mean, I am just like, couch psychology without a psychology degree in them.
Sure. Well, it's armchair quarterback. You did not need to play college football to armchair quarterback reality television. Yeah. So we're good. All right. So Carolyn says she believes that Boston Rob was jealous of people following Bob the Drag Queen, and that's why he was threatened. Could be something to it. And so it's time to throw out names. And Boston Rob's like, look, it's Sam's the obvious. There's no sus on Sam, and most importantly, he's never going to figure out any of us. And I'm just like, well, there's a lot of truth to that statement.
That is 100% true. I really think that is the most truth I've heard this whole season about, especially for an argument of why to get rid of someone or not to get rid of someone, right? It's like, he's literally never going to figure it out. And there's no sus on him. But by the same token, because there's no sus on him, you could still turn that around. Right.
Yeah.
Like,
and I'm not positive, but I think Carolyn and Danielle are just like, there's someone named Sam playing. Who are you referring to?
That's what I asked Brittany the first few episodes. I said, who is Sam? Who is Ivar? And who is
we'll get to the Ivar of it all. Don't worry.
Yeah. But we'll get to the summer house of it all too. So Sierra pops up.
Yeah. All right. So then Boston Rob's like, okay, fine. How about Robin? Let's keep getting rid of these housewives. And Carol's like, nope, can't do that. And then he's like, fine, who? And Carolyn, and I did not see this vicious streak in her. And she's like, Gabby, let's split up the Bambis. She's the head of the snake.
Yeah.
That was the correct move.
I think that would have been a good move. They still would have been able to blame it on Nikki too.
I know. It's just like, look what Nikki did to throw the sin off.
Right.
So, but I don't want Gabby or Nikki to go, but we'll get there. Yeah. All right. So, and Danielle's like, I want to write down Boston Rob. Can I just do that?
I know, she's crazy. Well, that's what she says for 10 seconds, and then she changes her mind.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, it's time for breakfast, and Dylan reveals he's looked up to Boston Rob his entire life. I'm like, wow, Dylan, I liked you up until this moment. Next, I see Bob H has a nice dog sweater. Wes apparently owns one suit. He just received that. Boston Rob got a suit too, but he still has the Velcro hat on backwards. And I'm like, wait a second. Did they give everybody clothes because everyone sucked at having clothes for this thing?
I mean, we do have a wardrobe.
I think the wardrobe person just showed up. It was just like, holy moly. This
Oh no, they're there the whole time. So
but I think everyone took them up on their offer episode 5.
Yeah. That's what, or you like, this is what happened in my cast. Like people had like some stuff, but then like you're right. Like episode, like, well, with mine, it was like episode 3. They were like, oh, you have nothing. You cannot wear any of this. Like Azra from my season. You don't know who she is because she was on like for 10 seconds. Sure. She was, literally had all her whole wardrobe had to be wardrobe stylist.
Yeah. Like, well, Wes's one suit, like you can see like the fold crease, like it's just like, so yeah. Men's Warehouse. You're welcome. So, Nikki Bella is a joy to see at breakfast. I just want to say that. And her outfit was giving a lot of good like outfit vibes today. So was Chriselle. Oh, the round table overhead shot. Holy moly.
Oh well.
I never knew I was such a fan. So I always preferred Brie Bella, not anymore. So Brittany says she feels the most obvious kill would be Gabby. And I was just like, there we go, Brittany. We're on the same page. Gamers think like gamers. So Bob H notices that has anyone caught the fact that Carolyn literally arrives disheveled every second of every day in every room? Hot take, Bob H.
Yeah, I think Bob H is better. See, you're not a Bob H fan. I think he's good at this game.
He's getting better. He was worthless the first episode and a half, first 2 episodes maybe. I'm understanding the Bob H.
Okay.
And I like the dog sweater. Those I thought outfit wise, he was one of the better men this season by far.
Oh yeah, loved it.
So Bob H references the Carolyn disheveledness, and Dylan goes, I think it's a bit much. And I was like, I know. But we got a counter read at the end of the episode. I'm like, whew, because I'm just like, I don't need Dylan to go yet. I like him. He's a good kid.
He has to stay because he's the only one giving us any alternate reality except for what is being told by the group.
Oh, he's not bad read Tom. He's not bad read. We'll get to bad read Robin in a second.
But then they like do like every single one. They're just like, oh, that whatever the group is doing. Like they just are so, I don't understand that group think this season. Last season didn't have it as bad.
Yeah, this is you like, if somebody farts, it's like, hey, did you hear they fart nonstop? Yeah. I'm like, no, it's just like,
literally.
Like 24 hours a day, they just fart. And it's like, oh, I thought he just farted once. Nope, 24 hours a day.
And then it will be like, we should get rid of him just because of that. Like, I don't care what else. I don't care if they're a traitor.
Yeah. If you fart 24 hours a day, you're obviously a traitor.
Yeah, obviously.
Obviously.
We'll just get rid of him.
That's all the clues I need. So, it's my best friend. And don't worry about it.
Doesn't matter.
Yes, doesn't matter. Not this season. So let's see. Danielle's not sure if she can work with Carolyn. I'm like, I do not like this. I'm like, I thought you guys were in a collective against Boston Rob. And now you're going.
This makes me so mad. I like literally. Okay. This is my thing with Danielle. Like, I really think she's just over gaming so much, but the problem is she's replaying reindeer games in a bad way. Yes. And she doesn't think about what she's saying before she makes the move. No. And so her starting to plant these seeds about Carolyn, especially to the car and Brittany, it's just like it's why? Sloppy. It makes her look sketchy. Like, why are you so convinced it's Carolyn? The fact is like, when I would go after people in Traitors, I would make sure that it was someone that I was fighting with. Because if I'm not fighting with them, why am I going after them? Yeah. Because it's like Rachel's a traitor. She's throwing out random names of people that she allegedly likes. Right, exactly. So like why would you do that? So I would always be like, "Oh, it's obviously Kate." If someone
Yeah.
asks me
Yeah.
anything, I just
Why do
leave
you
it
think
on
it's Kate? Because she sucks. I hate her.
because she's coming for me, so I'm coming for her. Like literally and even with the Cody one, when I started saying it's Cody in the beginning and nobody listened. So then I would just say, fuck it. Like nobody's gonna listen to me. It's gotta be Kate. And then when I would just have to say, oh, it's Brandy, because people would be like, well, if it's not Kate, then fine, it's Brandy. Like these people, nobody wants to listen to you. You have to just say whatever they think you're going to say, because if you say someone random, that's like obvious, it puts an obvious target on your back.
I feel like if Danielle had shaken Alan's hand to begin the game and eliminated Brittany, I think that would have got out everything she needed to get out from reindeer games.
Yeah.
And played the game. I feel Danielle's reindeer games could win Traitors.
Yeah.
More so than the game she's playing now.
Well, because of what happened in reindeer games is why she's playing Traitors.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. And it's not working. So I feel her reindeer games would have worked on Traitors, whereas the result of her reindeer games on Traitors is not working in any way.
No way. Not even like.
Yeah, if she had extracted her revenge on Brittany just right out of the gate, I think it's out of her system, and she plays the Danielle that we know.
Right. Yeah. So. I mean, unless she's just trying to. Everyone after watching Phaedra and Parvati last season
they want that they want to be that character.
They want, yes, exactly. So
well, we're not all Phaedra. I'm not Phaedra.
No. And did you hear them leaving the round table after Boston Rob did his thing? They were like, "This is great. This is history being made. This is the best thing ever." Blah blah blah. Like, yes, it is, and we do love it. But, like, it's
shut
almost
up.
like
you're making a show too.
Yes, exactly. Like they are doing it. They are just trying to get their moment of that. You know what I mean?
I think Boston Rob opened Pandora's box when he said this person is running what was it, the cheerleader of the show or whatever. He used the term the show, and shows hate it when you like Pawn Stars. You're not filming a TV show, you're at a pawn shop.
Right.
Show is not a word that you use. And like Survivor, you don't talk about the show, it's the
you talk about being in the jungle and surviving.
Yeah.
Right. I know.
Big Brother, you're in the Big Brother house. It's not the show.
Right. You're not just doing it just for TV.
Yeah.
Or whatever, even though they are.
Yeah. But I feel like he opened up that fourth wall by doing that. And then everyone's just like, yeah. And then the show, and I'm like, no, stop. Everyone. Like, I would have just like, if I'm like, when Boston Rob said he was like, well, stop. We're not doing that. All right. Now let's start again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I did not like, as soon as he said it took me out of it. I'm just like, oh, yeah, they're just filming a TV show.
Yeah.
It's like, and it's just like, oh, and he's playing this part and she's playing it. It's like, oh, so Boston Rob.
Well, I don't know that Boston Rob is actually playing a part because he's pretty sloppy right now.
Yeah. So, well, I think Winners at War, he sucked. And then I thought my only time ever, I found him ridiculously likable on Deal or No Deal Island. I liked him.
Oh, no, he was. But I'm saying because of what happened on Deal or No Deal Island.
Yeah, I think he's just like, oh, fuck that. I'm going to go back to the asshole Boston Rob.
Exactly. Because
hold my beer.
Exactly. Because they took advantage of that at the end. And then they were just like, okay, well, you're going to get cut anyways. So I think he is just like, I'm just going to make a name for myself. Plus, Traitors is a different show, right?
So, all right. Well, let's see. The last three are Gabby, Robin, and Sam. Nope, it's not. It's Bad Read Robin. She's out. And it's because she was a threat to the Traitors. And I was like, no. Bad Read Robin was not a threat to anyone.
No.
Bad Read Robin was a threat to every faithful in there.
Yes, she was a bad faithful.
So I wouldn't have got rid of Robin.
I wouldn't either.
I mean, she literally was on the scent of no one.
No. I don't know, but like Gabby would have been the best murderer in that situation. But
Gabby was by far the best.
I feel like they were going to get the Nikki Bella putting it on Nikki anyways. So with that being said, if I'm looking ahead, I would almost think then at that point you take a shot at a Wes or a Derek, especially after Rob confronted Wes about saying his name.
Yeah, I would have got Gabby last night, and then my next shot is Wes or Derek.
Yeah, I mean, I think I might have taken a shot at
just
Wes
sitting
or
there
Derek tonight, because then you can, with a Wes or Derek shot, you can still blame everything on Nikki, right? Like, well, Nikki clearly didn't like them because they didn't vote for whatever, you know. And then Nikki goes home.
Yeah,
then
you get rid of Nikki because like the Wes or Derek, whoever goes, it's just like, well, Nikki did that. We should have taken our shot. We were idiots. I knew it. Now and then it's like, oh man, I can't believe it wasn't Nikki.
Right, exactly. And then you still have like this little Bambi alliance. I almost feel like you keep the little Bambi alliance together longer, because then you still are like, well, Nikki is protecting the Bambi alliance, right?
Yeah. So no, I don't know. I think Bad Read Robin was a perfect non-traitor traitor.
I would have kept Bad Read Robin too, because she was so bad at literally like bad reading. And like Tom is another one you can kind of like blame as a traitor, because he's random and all over the place. So he's a good.
He is literally playing Carolyn's game, but he'll get called a traitor before Carolyn.
100%.
Well, playing the exact same game.
Unless Danielle Reyes
like, obviously Tom, and here's 8 reasons why, and Carolyn's like, oh, please, do not read up that list and look at me.
Yeah. I mean, that's who I'm looking at if I'm in that house.
Yeah. So, well, Dolores says she's next and needs a shield. I'm like, I don't think so. Like, I'm just like, there's no other house, but like, I feel like you're the safest person in the house with no need of a shield whatsoever.
Right.
I was kind of surprised Dolores just didn't quit though.
I mean, if all my friends went home, I would just be like, what, I mean, whatever. Like, I also think it's
because I don't see that she sees that she's safe. She doesn't understand that if all the other housewives are gone, you're not going anywhere.
You're not right. And I also think it's dumb for the 2 survivors and the Big Brother person to get rid of all the major alliance of housewives, because at that point, now
what's the other major alliance in the house?
Exactly. It's obvious.
Why are they so threatened by this other major alliance?
Right. Exactly. It's like, how are these people not going to see that? But you know, we have Sam in the house still, so you're good. He's not going to.
Ivar is apparently still in the house, shockingly, not based on airtime, and he tells Carolyn and Derek Wes's theory. And at this point, Nikki is going to let us know that she's going to act different to try to show everyone she's not a traitor.
Yes.
So, well, don't worry. Ivar's not done talking this episode. He then goes to Bossy Rob and goes, hey, I have this theory that I've been sharing with everyone, and it's that you're a traitor because you knew that Bob, the drag queen, was a traitor, and Wes told me this theory. So take with that what you want. I'm not here to throw anyone under the bus or just play the game beyond sloppy, but here you go.
Why do they want to give away all their nuggets? Like, if you have that nugget, you hold on to it.
Yeah,
at least until the round table.
But if you're going to tell anyone, Boston Rob's not the guy.
Right, exactly. Like,
well, don't worry. Boston Rob, who doesn't play coy like these other people do when this happens, and Boston Rob confronts Wes. And Wes was like, it wasn't me, but maybe they took what I said. And I was just like, this is the worst I've ever seen Wes play.
That was sloppy.
Competition gaming ever.
Yeah, that was really sloppy. I don't know what Wes was thinking.
Like the answer is just no.
Yeah.
It was just like, dude, I was there. Like Ivar said it to me, and it was just like, I didn't even think about it that way.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and it was just like, and look, and we all started together. We're all cool, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, he had so many opportunities there to just say, I don't know what Wes was doing.
I did. Like as I said, in the history of watching it, because I mean, he's one of the best. I give credit where credit's due. That was some of the worst West play I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So, and anyone that's just like, oh, when he got on his knees on else, screw you. It's called making a TV show. Wes is great.
Oh yeah, Wes is great.
So, and he made it to the finals. So there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Jesse does have a new T-shirt that's not good. Like, you know, Jesse's my friend, but it just is like there's no grade. It just says get on your knees and beg, and I'm just like, like where are you wearing that? The church?
Oh my god, you are crazy.
Well, I'm big on my T-shirts. I don't know if you saw. Go to fairplayshirts.com. You know Steve on the Challenge All Stars. Do you watch the Challenge All Stars? Okay. Well, there's a guy named Steve, and he's a hand model, so we call him Hand Job Steve.
Oh God.
so I have a Hand Job Steve T-shirt.
Of course you do.
Yeah, why not? There's no one else is selling a Hand Job Steve shirt.
No. I give it to you.
Yeah, fairplayshirts.com. Get yours now. It's great. All right. Let's see. Boston Rob says he'll never come for Carolyn. She's like, great. So she runs to Danielle and tells Danielle that. And Danielle's like, oh, so he didn't tell me that. So that means I've got to throw Carolyn under the bus. How did this do this, that?
That's what I don't understand, why she starts throwing Carolyn under the bus. It's like,
if like Danielle should be like, oh, he didn't tell me that. Screw that guy. Let's both go after him.
Yes. Do you think she wants to be her and Boston Rob together, like being the traitors?
We have seen since episode 1, her and Carolyn in the turret are not on the same page ever.
No, but like, and I see that, but is it like a?
I think it's just that.
Yeah.
So I think you. I feel like, you know, like the old adage. The old adage is absolute power absolutely corrupts, and I think Danielle's corrupted, and Carolyn not agreeing is removing some power.
Okay.
So where I feel Boston Rob's a little more malleable, and like I think Boston Rob is getting what he wants, and Danielle's getting what they want, but they're saying it right. Whereas Carolyn's just like, you know, how about this? They're like, no, and she just pouts, and they're just like, you know, they're like, oh, she's always going to say something stupid, and we have to listen to her for 2 seconds, and then we get to our good idea.
And they always interrupt her.
Yeah, no, it's just like they're like, what's your idea? And like before she even finishes it, they're like, oh no.
Yeah.
God, I hate it. I mean, I finally, after 20 years, become friends with Boston Rob, and he's an asshole to Carolyn. And then I've loved Danielle forever, and then she's an asshole to Carolyn. It sucks.
I know. I mean, yeah, I don't get it, but
oh well, Carolyn, we love you. If I had been a traitor with you, I would have listened to you. So I might not have done what you said, but at least would have listened to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Let's see.
But the traitors are eating each other alive this season, and I just think that that's the stupidest thing in the whole world.
Yeah, but it's making good TV.
Well, yeah, no, for sure. But I'm just saying for the future, like this is our job to talk about it, right? So
yeah.
It's like
in the future, don't do this.
Don't do this. They're eating each other alive. You are going to like pay the consequences, basically, right? Like,
yes, it does not appear to be beneficial for anyone involved.
No.
So, all right. Well, the two names out there are Nikki and Sierra. So there's a car ride over for everyone to discuss that. And Boston Rob tells Nikki that Bob the drag queen threw her name out before he left. And I was just like, girl, you know that Bob the drag queen literally said the exact opposite. And it's like, yeah, it's good. So, and then of course, Chriselle sees this, but we'll get there later. Well, we're back to the masked people at the church again. You love the church and the masked people, Rachel. It's your favorite place.
I did actually. I did love it. It was creepy, but then now I'm like, I kind of love it again.
Yeah. So I thought I have yet to be there, but I love it. Oh, for those of you wondering, season 4 of the Traitors final contracts are out. Jonny Fairplay did not get one. Very shocked.
Well, that's allegedly. We don't even know if that's true.
Okay, well, hopefully not. But for the record, no one has contacted me, and I am available, and I would not tell anyone, and I would love to be a traitor. Okay. All right. Let's see. So in the church, Alan All right. So at first I was just like, wow, Alan's got this cool crown thing. Was Alan dressed as the Statue of Liberty? Because like at the very end, you saw it all together. I'm just like, he's the Statue of Liberty.
I need to see it again. Do we have a photo?
I do not have a photo handy now. It's like, because it's like that turquoisey jade color, and then the crown thing. It's very Statue of Liberty.
The crown. Yes. I didn't pick up. I didn't.
Yeah, because the sleeves make it come down to look like a robe.
Hold on, let me see. I'm going to turn it on my TV since you didn't pull up a picture and you're going to talk about it.
I know.
You have notes.
I thought about it after the fact. Okay, well, while you're doing that, I will talk. So this challenge is Alan will ask a riddle, and you get to guess the answer to the riddle. And there's these.
Wait.
Yes.
I don't read Statue of Liberty. I read.
Fast forward all the way to the end of the challenge when he's just sitting there with the sleeves hanging down.
No, I see it in the beginning. It's like they show you in the beginning of the challenge. He's wearing the crown, and then it's like.
See, the sleeves hang down to make it look as though it's a robe.
I'm reading.
And the color is very Statue of Liberty.
Like angel, like evil angel is what I'm kind of.
I think it's Statue of Liberty. I think he made it work.
No, he makes it work. It's an amazing outfit, but I
think it's Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty, huh? But if it was Statue of Liberty,
the color.
Well, because the crown is.
It's a fun crown. The Statue of Liberty has a crown.
No, I know, but the Statue of Liberty's crown is different.
I know. This is the fun version. This is the drag queen version of Statue of Liberty.
I mean, I guess like I see.
I see elements.
I see the elements.
Yeah. I feel it's a Statue of Liberty outfit. He made it work as evil angel.
I see an evil angel. That's why I see either in a church.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like if you weren't in the church, like if he's walking around New York, you're just like
fallen angel. I see fallen angel.
Okay, but if he's walking around New York, you're like you know like in LA by the Grauman's Chinese Theater, like the people dress up like like Superman and Captain Jack. Okay, if there was a Grauman's Chinese Theater type or Times Square, he's walking around Times Square. He didn't like if he brought that, you would have been like it's a statue. I don't think he's going for Statue of Liberty. I think it's a Statue of Liberty outfit that he's making fallen angel.
Okay.
So if he's walking around Times Square, you're like, hey, look, it's a guy dressed as Statue of Liberty.
I would be like,
where's your scepter?
He's going for Beyonce pregnant Beyonce look. You know when she wore the crown that was up and the long sleeves? Yes, that was pregnant Beyonce.
Okay, I don't know pregnant.
That was the Met Gala. The Met Gala 2019 or something, where they all were they all looked like fallen angels.
Missed it.
I don't remember what the theme was. But
all right. Well, Alan asks a riddle. If correct, there's gold dust in one of the urns. You break it in the circle of rocks or whatever. 2,500 that goes to the prize bank, and you can take someone out, or you can save yourself. Anyway, there's lots of things that are happening, and Ivar reveals that he's really worthless at riddles. Also, Ivar, you're worthless at good TV.
Yes.
All right.
That is true.
Thank you.
Good zinger.
Thank you. Sandoval knows riddles and Harry Potter. And Tom
you know who else is worthless at good TV? Is Derek.
Oh, we're getting to the Derek of it all. All right. So Bob H is first. He is randomly picking shield because he wants a shield. No. And afterwards, Alan says, no one talked to Bob because he's a loser. Alan's still pissed off from being there late night for the hammering of the coffin. He was just like, this was not in the contract. I am getting these hours back, and I am going to phone this one in. So
the funny thing is, I feel like Alan is the opposite of that. Like I think he would work 24/7 for this show. He lives for this show.
So, all right. Well, next up is Derek, and the answer is compass. I knew it faster. Just want to throw that out there. And as Derek answers compass, and I'm looking around, this house is comprised of a group of morons based on the bewilderment of answering compass.
Yes.
It's 3 seasons. We have found the biggest collection of idiots in the history of the show. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. You had your fair share of idiots season 1.
Oh, look, I had my fair share of being an idiot season 1.
Well, this group is not no Mensas here. We already know Wes's fake Mensa, but yeah. So well, guess what? Derek picks himself to save. Up next is Tom Sandoval. He guesses fire, and he also picks to save himself. Danielle is next. She guesses lock, as in Loch Ness. She's correct. She chooses Dolores, telling the others that she feels safe. This is not a good move. So she creates a little target by saying that, but don't worry. To follow that, she gets to choose on who to remove from safety, Tom or Derek, and she chooses to remove Derek because they've been friends for years, and Tom is crazy. And I'm just like, okay, none of this makes sense. So she puts up Dolores for safety. Then Chrishelle's up. She takes Tom down. Tom doesn't like that.
Yeah.
Tom doesn't
like anything in all fairness, though.
Especially if it's Chrishelle related, because he thinks it's all an attack on him, which he may be correct.
Yeah. Likely he is correct.
Yeah, likely is correct. Well, Danielle is up again, and this time she picks Derek to replace Chrishelle. She's a mess.
Yeah.
Chrishelle is like, is anyone catching red flags here? Because
well,
I
also
am,
don't worry. I don't think they understood how this game worked.
No. I think a couple people did that. You want to answer late, but anyway. So and as far as Chrishelle's red flags, don't worry, she will forget all of them and throw her friend under the bus by the time the round table arrives. So
yeah.
Derek is hoping his face stays up on the wall. Yes, Derek, if you had a different face. See, because it's not. I mean, it's not a pretty face.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I say that one for you.
Thank you.
Right.
I appreciate that. Derek's face, nobody wants to see Derek's face.
No one. So let's see. Sierra's last, and she gets his heart, and it's gold dust. She puts herself up to replace Derek. And because Dolores is her girl, because Summer House has no one in the house other than the one remaining housewife. And Derek is not happy, and based on his confessional, only brought one other outfit than today's outfit. He's literally worn that same. I mean, unless they just got to him late with confessionals, they're like, "Hey, we need about 6 days of confessionals from you, Derek, because no one really cares, and we're just getting to you." He has literally wore that same like little white shirt jacket combo.
I think they well, I mean, maybe because they don't call. I do remember they don't call everyone every single day into confessionals.
Yeah, he's one of those.
Yeah. Because he's so boring.
Because he's so boring, and has a face not for he has a face for radio or audio podcast. So this podcast is available video and audio. We can't have Derek on here.
Well, we wouldn't want him on there, and he has his own podcast. So
he doesn't.
Yeah, they do.
No, I'm kidding. I don't.
Oh.
I'm not plugging it.
Oh no, I'm not plugging it either. Obviously, I'm just saying if you needed to listen to a bunch of guys be talking about like themselves, then you should.
How pretty they are.
Yeah.
How great would it be if his podcast was just talking about how good looking he was?
Oh God,
that would be hilarious. I would actually listen to that because it's just like they got jokes for days.
Gross.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see. Danielle needs to deflect. So she says she thinks Sierra and Nikki are the buffers, and the traitor is obviously a female. Too much information, Danielle. And it's Carolyn. And I'm like, oh no. So Danielle then begins pushing Dylan for Carolyn, and then Danielle pitches Carolyn to Brittany, and Brittany's like, no way. And Danielle's like, yeah, and she said your name, and Brittany's like, well, maybe. Brittany, be better.
I know. And not only that, but Brittany knows Danielle, so I don't understand why Brittany would like not see through this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just thought it was hilarious. There's absolutely Yeah,
She
there's
said
no way possible Carolyn's a traitor. She said your name. The more I think about it.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Chriselle tells Boston Rob a secret. So, but don't let it work against me. No problem. Yeah. I didn't like Nikki's reaction in the car when you called her out or when you told her about Bob. And I'm just like, oh no. Worst alliance ever is the Bambi Alliance, apparently.
Yes, the Bambi Alliance is like well, keep going. We'll talk.
Okay.
We'll get to that. We'll get to it.
Halfway bad Reed West is 95% sure it's Nikki. I'm like, all right. And we see at this point, Boston Rob is less confident going into this roundtable than we've seen him previously. And that's just to remove suspicion. And I like it. It's smart gameplay.
Do you feel like he was less confident going into this roundtable?
Yeah, he was doing a lot of, they're like, what do you think? He's like, I don't like, what do you think? Like, what do you think? You tell, what are your suspicions? And they're just like, well, you're the one. He's like, dude, I had one, man. Like that. Yeah. That's it. I'm listening to you guys now.
I thought he still seemed like he made the comment about Nikki, and I thought that was too much.
Yeah, but he did the comment on Nikki, but backing others' comment on it, like not on, like, he was just like, I'm just catching what you guys are saying.
Yeah.
So it wasn't, he wasn't throwing out a name.
Yeah, that's true. He didn't necessarily throw out a name. Okay.
Yeah. So, all right, it's time for the round table. 15,000 has been added to the prize pot. Gabby has looked annoyed at everything this episode. I feel like Gabby's on her period.
Oh my God, you're not allowed to say that.
Well, I mean, Gabby was like so happy and joyous. Like, I mean, literally like smiling and giggling. And like, I'm just like, oh my God, I love this Gabby girl. And like this entire episode, she just like looked like she's smelling farts.
Probably because her friend is being accused.
Well, it started in the morning. Like, I mean, like she literally like, even in breakfast, she's like, oh.
You go to breakfast, you start getting the castle gossip. The gossip is Nikki is the traitor.
Okay.
You start to think in your head, shit, is
I'm
Nikki
losing
a traitor?
My friend. I'm losing my friend who's obviously in love with me.
Yes, my friend's in love with me and I love her. And
she's obviously in love with Nikki too.
Yes, we are going to go run off into the sunset together. Yes. And
that may be more Gabby's fantasy than Nikki Bella's. But who's to say?
Now I'm going to have to go and vote her out. Like that is what Gabby is thinking. Or Gabby is thinking, how do I convince people to not vote her out and to turn this on someone without looking like a traitor?
Yeah, Gabby's backup chick is like Chriselle. She was just like, I really want Nikki Bella, but if I can't have Nikki Bella, I'll take Chriselle.
Yeah, like they are very close. So I'm very surprised that what.
But you just see her she looks at her longingly, and like Nikki Bella's like, I think she's into me, but no, is she?
Everybody's into you, Nikki.
Yes. Yes, very, very true. Let's see. Ivar starts and he was like, hey, in case anyone's wondering, my name's Ivar. I've been here the whole time. Anyway,
he did have 2 points. I appreciated him speaking up in this.
Yeah, but he goes, I was not one of the 3 that entered late. I did start when you guys did. You just didn't see me. The 3 names being thrown out there are Nikki Bella, Sierra, and Boston Rob. So just throwing that. I have
that was from Bob H.
He goes, Ivar says, I have no agenda here. And with having said that, Boston Rob, please explain how you're not a traitor.
Yeah.
Whoa, Ivar, out of nowhere. Don't need him on the show.
I don't know. That was a good way to say it too. Very political.
Yes. So Carolyn, this entire roundtable is giving this fucking guy looks the entire time.
I know.
So like this bitch.
Yeah.
Like nonstop. And I'm just like, Carolyn, like usually you're a little more disheveled works much better than this bitch.
Yeah.
She's pissed. So let's see. Sam says if BR isn't dead tonight, then he's gonna be on him tomorrow. And I'm like, oh, Sam. Is that Sam's famous last words and we lose Sam? I think it's
I hope so. But I think we sadly won't. But Sam is also worthless. But it's like, what's the point of murdering someone that worthless? As Bob made a point to say, you know?
So Nikki Bella and Sierra are calling each other out. And Sierra's just like, look, Nikki, I know it's you because you're not bubbly and you don't talk a lot. And Nikki's like, yeah, some faithfuls aren't bubbly and don't talk a lot. How about that? And I'm just like, oh, is that all you got? And then Chriselle says, hey, for those of you wondering, I've already ratted her out to Boston Rob, but I'll tell everyone else now. Nikki's energy shifted quite a bit after Bob. And it's just like, yeah, because she was sad that her friend got taken out of the game.
I thought that was super weird. That Chriselle was the one that kind of did her friend in, because I don't think I truly don't think that if Chriselle wouldn't have said that I think she could have saved Nikki. I think they could have voted. They could have voted out Sierra.
I think what happened, and I think they purposely showed us Chriselle talking to Boston Rob. I feel like that conversation was probably much more than the few seconds that we saw. It was probably, 10, 15 minutes potentially. And Boston Rob, and I think Chriselle's just like, look, the Bambies do not know what they're doing. Gabby's the closest to knowing what we're doing, but if she has a good idea, she'll forget it or, easily persuaded out of it. So Boston Rob, you're great at this. You figured out the trailer last week. Here's all my information. Tell me what to do. And I think Bob gave her a 10-minute sales pitch on Nikki, and that was all. That was it. So I think Boston Rob, as great as he is at the game, just literally just it was just like, okay, that's it. I'm crazy to think otherwise.
I mean, I feel like we don't have the full story, so it's hard to. It's hard to say,
Well, Bob H goes, hey, I know you, Boston Rob, and if you were a traitor, the first thing you would do would go after another traitor, because that's the Boston Rob thing to do.
Yeah. Yes, and that's the truth, right?
Yeah. So,
more truer things have never been spoken.
Well, Carolyn's still giving mean mugs to everyone. So time to vote. Derek says Nikki, Tom says Nikki, Chriselle Nikki, Brittany Nikki, Sierra Nikki, Dylan says Gabby for no reason. Carolyn says Nikki, Wes says Nikki, Nikki says Sierra, Sam says Nikki.
Dylan voted out. I think, this is my opinion, I think Dylan's not ready to vote out Rob. And I think Dylan didn't think Nikki was a traitor. I don't know if he thought Gabby was a traitor, but I think he voted Gabby because he knew that there's no repercussion.
It was just throw a burn vote.
Yeah, because she's not going to do anything. She's just like, what? Why did you vote? What? Weird. Yeah.
You're lucky I'm on my period right now, or I'd really be mean.
Oh my God. Again, you can't say that.
I don't know. It's 2025.
This is why you didn't get called for traitors.
Jeez. I wouldn't stay in the house. I would stay for my confessional. All right. Gabby says, you're the best part of this game, Nikki. She is at breakfast. Time for the circle of truth. And Nikki Bella says, we are all different and our personalities are different and we do things different. So from this point on, don't judge people with who they are or how they are, and don't have high expectations or what you think they should play this game. The win for me is I get to go home to my son, and the loss for all of you is that I'm a faithful. And there's some sad folks, as well they should be.
Yeah, they literally turned on their friend.
So and Alan says, as Thomas Edison once said, you have not failed. You have just found 3 ways that did not work.
Yeah.
So Sierra knows that she's next, and Tom respects that Chriselle feels like shit. I don't think that's how that works. There's something wrong in the wordplay there, but I purposely wrote it the way I did. The Bambies feel so bad. I'm like, you're right. And Derek says to Wes, Boston Rob is always on, and he's coming for Boston Rob if he's not murdered. And I'm just like, does this mean Derek's murdered?
Well, I do kind of wonder that. And then I also kind of wonder if Sam would be safe because he said that. You know what I mean? Like, Sam said it in the roundtable to everyone.
Sam said it, so that means he's not going, and Derek said it, and means he is going. I think there is some foreshadowing and red herrings. going.
Right. That's what I'm kind of wondering. Yeah.
Yeah. That tracks. Let's see. And Dylan tells Carolyn that Danielle put her name out there. And this the end of this episode more so than probably any episode I've ever seen. And this probably takes place, and I was looking forward to ask you this here on the podcast. This episode ends with more good nights and I hope I see you again than I've ever heard on the show. Because I feel like that was an emotional vote out with the Nikki Bella.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially, you know, her being a faithful.
Right after Bob, too.
Yeah, but just so many people were just like, you know, good night. Like, I really hoped like, you know, like this sucks, but this is awesome. Like, I have made, you know, some great friendships here, and I hope to see you again, other than press day.
Yeah. This is what I feel like. So when you get out that first traitor, you're on a super high. You think you're like a traitor hunter. And then the next day when you get out of faithful, because you always do, you feel like such a failure, and you feel like, oh my God, like you do feel exactly like that. Like, oh my God, this was such a great time. I could be murdered tonight, or I'm going to be banned. Like, you feel like you lost the game again. Like, you get on this traitor high, you get one out, and you're like, we won, the faithfuls won, even though there's obviously more traitors. Then you get on this high where you're like, or this low where you're just like, all right, well, game's over. The traitors win. We are idiots. So I think that's kind of like the issue with the whole thing, you know. Does that make sense? But
did you find yourself after the round table and, like, you know, before going to bed, like, you know, good night, I hope I see you again? Or it's just like, you know, or were you just like, good night? You know, like, I just felt there was more, like,
I think like toward like about this time in this season, in the castle season, you start thinking like you start feeling like, oh, I hope I see you again. Like, I know I used to do that every time, because our night times were different. We didn't go upstairs and then get taken out. We were like in a room. Yeah. So our night times were like different, where but also our night times weren't shown on TV ever. Our night times were like after the round table, after that banishment, I don't think we really had any more of the episode shown. So I don't really know what we said or did. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So no, this one just kind of just really, like, I just heard it so many times with so many people. I'm just like, God, like, this is like painful. Like these people, like, other than, you know, last week is like, oh, the show, you know, like this was more than a show. This is like real life. Like, oh my God, like, you know, these people are hurting because they really want to see their, you know, friend that they've had for like the last week. And it's going to suck not to have the ability to see them. So, because you don't get to say a goodbye. Like, you know, when you get voted out on Survivor, it's, you know, the tribe is spoken. You can go hug everybody. Yeah, for sure. So, you know, this is just the middle of the night. It's like, hey, you got to go get your shit.
I know. It's like that. And you also, that's why I always would say in the castle, starting at like episode 6, I used to tell them, I was like, please do not murder me. I told everyone, not just, you know, I didn't know who the traitors were. I said, please don't murder me. Like, at least like put me up for banishment. Let me get banished so I can say something. Let me get banished so I can say my goodbyes. So, you know, I'm a faithful. Like, I don't want to be murdered in the middle of the night. And like, that's so anticlimactic as a,
it would suck.
Yeah, it sucks. It's the worst. So I would tell them that. And I wonder, like, I always wondered after Ari got recruited, if that's why him and Sari didn't murder me and they just like tried to get me banished, because I told them so many times, like, please just banish me. Just turn on me and banish me to my face, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know if they did. They probably didn't even think about it, but
they might
that's what I asked for.
So in a perfect world, they did. So, well, it's time.
30 minutes, Jonny Fairplay.
Well, we're there. Next time on the Traitors, it looks as though Carolyn calls out Danielle at the round table.
Yes. Why are they eating each other alive? I don't get it.
Hey, I'm here for it. I think it's stupid, but I am enjoying watching it. Next week could be the best episode this season.
They're crazy. I mean, yes, it could be. And they are playing so sloppy.
Yes. So
when I say crazy, I don't mean that in like a crazy way. I mean that in like a fun reality TV.
Oh, it's 2025. You're allowed to say crazy again. It's good. All right. Rachel Reilly, where can everybody find you on the social medias?
At Rachel E. Reilly Viegas on the Instagram, at Rachel Reilly Viegas on TikTok, on Blue Sky. I think I'm like Rachel E. Reilly Viegas, or maybe it's Rachel E. Reilly, whatever it is. I don't know.
Who's to say? Well, if you're watching, it's at the bottom of the screen.
I'm all over if you Google it, it's all posted everywhere.
There we go. Well, I'm at Jonny Fairplay, no H in Johnny. That's JONNY FAIRPLAY. Go to JonnyFairplay.com for links to everything, my cameos, my vinyl records on eBay, my upcoming appearances. I'm going to be in Cleves, Ohio next Wednesday. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm doing a pinball tournament. Check out all my socials for information on that. Play pinball against me.
What's that? Are you hosting it or playing it?
Both. I'm hosting and playing. I will be joined by Matt Bischoff from Survivor Caramoan, Mark Borison, who does the Jungle Gyms podcast. He's coming out there to challenge me. It's crazy. It's 20 minutes outside of Cincinnati, Ohio. It's Flippers with a Z, Flippers Pinball in Cleves, Ohio, next Wednesday night. And then I am doing a Survivor premiere party in Norwalk, Connecticut. Information for that is going out next Monday. Is a big with best trivia ever. It's going to be awesome, insane. My first time in Connecticut hosting an event. And then March, where's the calendar? This is a big one.
Ooh.
March 16th and 17th. I will be in Sydney, Australia, and Melbourne, Australia, hosting Australian Survivor viewing parties. So join me, King George, and others March 16th and 17th in Australia. So information will be on all my social media. So check it out. This is crazy. And then I'm in Florida, Boca Raton Wrestling Federation, March 9th. I will be wrestling Neil the Heel. So get ready.
So fun.
Yeah. So with that, thank you so much, Rachel. You are the best. I cannot wait for next week. It's going to be crazy, and crazy in a good way. So bye, everybody. And click the subscribe, like, share, all the things. Bye.
Bye.